Welcome to the Everyday Comfort Podcast, where we help homeowners make smart decisions and save money, and guide contractors on building trust, growing their business, and delivering real value. Let's dive into the show.
Hi, I'm Anthony Mound, your host of Everyday Comfort, the podcast built to serve homeowners and home service contractors. Whether you're a contractor looking to grow or a homeowner hoping to avoid costly surprises, we dive into real stories, practical tips, and smart strategies to help you succeed and stay comfortable every day. This episode is brought to you by Trust One, your reliable plumbing and HVAC contractor in Quincy, Massachusetts. Our goal is to provide customer service that instills our customers with trust, confidence, and a unique experience. Trust One strives to be the most recommended heating, cooling, and plumbing company in the South Shore. To learn more about us and get in touch, visit trustoneservices.com. Today I have Chad Frenzen here of Rise 25, who has done thousands of interviews with successful entrepreneurs and CEOs. We've flipped the script and he'll be interviewing me. Chad, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much, Anthony. Great to be here. Great to talk to you as always. Hey, I was thinking we'd talk a little bit about Mass Save today, what it is, why it exists, and how it affects customers.
My favorite.
Nice. So, for listeners who have never heard of Mass Save before, how would you explain what it is in your mind?
So Mass Save is a rebate program that helps homeowners get, discount insulation, energy efficient products in their home when it comes to like light bulbs and thermostats and heating and cooling equipment. It's an incentive program for homeowners to improve their homes and be more efficient.
Is there anything that people occasionally or often find surprising about it once they understand how it works?
Yeah, one question we get all the time, and sometimes people don't even believe the answer, is it doesn't qualify for gas heating systems. Like people will even be like, I'm gonna get a rebate for gas. We're like, no, maybe 5 years ago, yeah. But it doesn't, the rebates are not for gas anymore, nor can you get heat loans for gas anymore. That is long gone. So, you can check it for yourself, but or you can take my advice and not waste your time. But it's no longer for gas. They're not trying to push gas heating. They want to push heat pumps.
Why does a program like that, does Mass Save even exist? What problems does it try and solve?
They want everyone to go like electrification, like for heating and cooling. Trying to save the environment, lower the carbon footprint.
Do you feel like it's accomplishing the mission?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I just hope our grid can handle it. The electrical grid, we get our power from other places, so I'm hoping our grid can handle it. But yeah, I think it's definitely gotten a lot of customers and people to go with electric heating and cooling. And I think in a lot of applications it's great, and some others, if not done correctly, then can cause issues for homeowners. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's doing a great job.
So when I mentioned it, you said my favorite. What brought about that response?
Because there's so much stuff that's involved with it.
Mm.
There's so many like loose ends when it comes to Mass Save and the process and the rebates and everything that it's a constant battle, you know, going back and forth, like with homeowners and with Mass Save, like with the rebate processing and the heat loans and everything, and the making sure that the equipment that you're putting in or quoting actually qualifies for the Mass Save rebate, and they constantly update the list and the requirements change. So it's a constant moving thing between homeowners and contractors and Mass Save. So it's a lot.
Who's behind it? Is it like a government program, utility program?
Yeah, it's so National Grid, which is our provider for, gas and electricity, as long as and EverSource too. On their bills themselves, they actually charge homeowners for Mass Save, so that they can incentivize with them with rebates, and insulation and everything else. So that's on there. That's where it comes from. They get government incentives to kind of help that as well.
You said there was a lot of loose ends. Does kind of its structure build trust, confusion? What would you say for homeowners?
I'd say both. A lot of the homeowners that are really educated on it, it's good and it helps the process along. The ones that have done the research, but the ones that have not, we're just like, let me just see what a heat pump would cost, and then the rebate doesn't always cover as much as you think it would.
Hmm.
And the cost of those heat pumps might be a little more expensive than a traditional furnace and AC system. So there is some confusion if you don't have full education when it comes to the Mass Save program.
What would you say are some of the biggest benefits of it to homeowners?
The heat loan is huge. Getting a 0% interest loan for 7 years is you can't really get that anywhere else now, especially with the interest rates. Yes, they've come down a lot, but my current mortgage is 7% interest. So
Mm.
um, getting 0% for 7 years is great. Getting a 80 now in 2026, a $8,500 rebate towards a heat pump is also huge. And then if you have solar, it really helps having with that electric bill. So.
Has Mass Save changed conversations that your team has with customers, maybe today versus 5 or 10 years ago?
Yeah, because years ago there wasn't any incentive,
Mm.
and then Mass Save came out, was giving rebates for gas, converting from oil, slowly converting to electric, and now it's all electric. So yeah, it's definitely changed the way that we look at, heating and cooling systems, for the good and for the bad. For me, as a company, I believe in offering customer solutions and letting them pick and letting them know the positives and negatives of doing so, because I don't always believe a heat pump system is the best for everyone, in my honest opinion. So I'm not gonna wholeheartedly push 100% for something I don't believe in. That's just not who I am. It's not how I want to run a business. So if we go out to a homeowner's home and a heat pump is not the best choice for them, we're going to let them know and we're going to provide them options, positives and negatives of those things. So
Would you say that as a result of Mass Save, kind of being in existence, that customers are more informed now or are largely unaware?
I think they're definitely more informed for sure because it's an incentive, and then a big push for electrification. So yeah, it caused homeowners to actually look at their heating and cooling systems more, because maybe homeowners might have said something until it broke. Might not have looked at it until it's broken. But since there's a big incentive to move forward, as well as 0% interest financing, it really helps the customer get more educated and want to be able to like look into a new heating and cooling system.
Because of maybe the affordability, because of how it might affect affordability, would you say that some projects happen now that might otherwise have not happened?
Um, no, actually, because the incentive is on heat pumps, and no matter what, you need heating and cooling. Well, you don't need cooling technically, but if you're a certain person, you do. For me, I don't think I could live without air conditioning now. It's kind of it
Yeah.
used to be a commodity, and more
Yeah.
it's now more of a necessity, right?
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, people are always going to need heating and cooling, regardless if there's an incentive or not. It's just what type of piece of equipment that's going to be incentivized. So no matter what, there's going to be a need for it.
Have you found maybe a common misunderstanding or big myth about Mass Save that you would like to clear up?
Yeah, we've had a few homeowners that they thought that Mass Save was going to pay for their whole heating system.
Mm.
They also thought that the rebate would cover their entire heating system. So I would definitely not go into that expecting that the $8,500 rebate. Now I keep saying 10 grand because it's 2025, it was 10 grand. But the $8,500 is going to cover your heat pump. It will not. It will 100% not cover it. Heat pumps are more expensive. The equipment that qualifies for the rebate is more expensive. Regardless, even with the rebate, you're probably still going to pay more than you would with a regular furnace and AC system. It's just what it is. And sometimes you have to upgrade your electrical service. The electrical service, sometimes your panel, it doesn't have enough power to it. These heat pumps require a ton of power. So you might have to do a service upgrade, which costs anywhere from 6 to 10 grand, depending on what you need, if there's any other things that are needed with it. So that alone almost eats up your rebate. And then you're not even counting the cost of a heat pump, which is it's a big range as well. So it's not going to be free. I don't care
Sure.
who you use, what contractor you pick, like $8,500 is not going to cover your rebate. Um, yeah, so I want to cover that, and then also gas. It does not give you rebates for gas. They don't incentivize gas anymore. They don't incentivize oil. And even in certain states in Massachusetts, they will not dig for gas anymore. You can't even get gas in certain towns and cities in Massachusetts anymore. So,
So if someone's listening to this conversation,
Mhm.
you've pointed out a few benefits of Mass Save, but your overall enthusiasm not exactly through the roof. If someone is listening and thinking, should I look into Mass Save, what would you tell them?
It all depends on what you are looking for personally. If you like, if you want to go eco and you want your house to be efficient, and it's not necessarily the cost that's important to you, and you just want something more efficient, and you want a long-term solution, and you want to, take more care when it comes to the environment, then yeah, I think it's a great program. But if you're just looking for an incentive and you think it's going to cost you less, I don't think it makes sense because you're ultimately are going to pay more.
Okay.
So yeah, that's really, I mean, even with your electric bill, you're going to pay more in your electric bill. It's just, it happens. It's
Okay.
electric.
Hey, well, hey, good to know. Good to know. Changing topics. Let's talk about Trust One Cares.
Mm.
Where did that idea come from?
Believe it or not, I actually had a friend that I went to an event with, and he was like, "Oh, we do charities and different things like that. We give away money and different programs." And I was like, "Hmm, and maybe it'd be cool if I'd started donating to a different charity like that as a nonprofit, organization, and donate money every month towards that, and have it a whole program, and have people nominate different charities, and then host like a yearly event where we invite everyone we've donated money to and make it a thing." So that's where I got it from, is just the idea of like, what is something we can do to give back to the community? And so now every single month we pick a different charity based on who nominated it, who voted for what charity, and we have it all over our website, and then we have it all over our walls in our office. And so, different charity holders come in, and we write them a check every single month for a different one, and we put that picture on social media, on the wall, everywhere.
So how does it kind of work then? You choose the charity and you write them a check each month. What happens in
Yes.
between there?
So we go to trustoneservices.com. On the front page, it's Trust One Cares.
Hmm.
There's three different charities, and a lot of our customers actually nominate different charities that they come across. And we like them to be local. We don't want to be, we want to give back to our community and our actual community. And so they nominate different ones, and then we have votes. Like people that go to our website vote. We've sent out a newsletter to our customers, they vote. Our employees vote. Anybody on social media can vote. And so whoever has the most votes at the end of the month, those are the winners. And then we reach out to the winners and we contact them and say, let them know that they won, and pick a day for them to come in. We take pictures and then we write them, we give them their check.
Since implementing Trust One Cares, how has that kind of affected your attitude towards generosity for your business?
So it's not just about the business.
Hmm.
It's me personally. Like growing up, I didn't have much,
Hmm.
and so I've always had this, drive inside of me that I was like, I gotta do bigger things. I have to do bigger things. So I remember like one Christmas that we do a giving tree every year as well. Like there's not just Trust One Cares, like we do a lot of other things. So there's a giving tree where it's you give to the less fortunate children. And so when I was a kid, I really wanted something, and someone actually bought that gift for me, and I actually ended up getting it for Christmas. So I was like, and then one of our office team members was like, "Hey Anthony, I'm friends with someone who works for QCap. Like they do this giving tree idea." And ironically, that idea came from someone who works here, and I was like, that is a fantastic idea. We're going to do that every single year. And so we have these ornaments that we put on the Christmas tree, and then there's tons of gifts. So like the kids want crayons or coloring books or blankets, pillows, like Lego sets, random little gifts, and it's not crazy. They're not crazy expensive. And so the first year I was like, I'm buying all of them. I'm buying every single one on there, and then my office person was like, Anthony, maybe you should have everyone else and be involved and not buy all the gifts yourself. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good point. So every single year now, we everyone gets involved and we all buy gifts for the children. And then whatever's left over, that's when I go crazy. And I'm like, I'll buy the rest of them. So, and then they come and pick them up. And so we do that every single year. We do different charities throughout the year, and not just Trust One Cares. It's just it's my heart. It's not just for the business. It's not for publicity. It's not because I want to be recognized for that. It's just because good things come back to you if you do good things for other people.
Have you seen an impact from any of those endeavors?
Yeah, we get letters like our most recent. We just got like little kids drew us a picture, and that makes our whole team kind of smile. It's like we hang that on the wall. It's a nice picture. Hey, thank you so much. It's really impactful when it's from the kids. It's just like a good feeling. You feel good about yourself. And then, people will tell others like, hey, this is a great company. Like they do this, this, and this. You really try to impact others with it. So,
Does it impact the culture of Trust One?
yeah, yeah, we do. Especially with our, project managers, and they go out to homes and are giving customers quotes for things. They'll go over charity programs, like not just because like we want to show everyone, but like, hey, we're the type of company that this is what we do for our community. Imagine what we do for our customers as well. So it's just to show that we actually care, not just about the project that's in front of us, but our community, and that we're going to do a great job. And so that we all have heart and we really care. So yeah, it makes a big difference. We want to do and make a big difference.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Anthony, always great to talk to you. Great information today about Mass Save and Trust One Cares. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Chad.
So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the Everyday Comfort Podcast. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get future episodes.